Uh, Welcome to a new exciting episode. I hope everyone has had a wonderful week.
Yog.
Okay, I
Oh,
got a
yes.
yard.
Meh.
That's alright.
Right.
Sorry, Violet. Violet, where you going?
Alright.
Dive in.
I
Let me
know
kick you down the
what
stairs.
everyone's thinking. Who who is the best of the NPCs that I've made so far? Obviously, it has to go to who that that one guard who never got a name. You know, that one guy that you guys met at the very beginning of the first episode when Adarpi was first entering the city. That guy, he's the best.
Didn't he die?
No,
Well, he never came back, so he must be dead.
Nah, he got promoted probably. We just don't ever see him.
So wait, he didn't get cut in half by that guy's tantrum.
who knows?
We're not going back to Goldport to find out.
Who says you're now going back to Goldport? Three of your quests require you to go back to Goldport. Go back to Goldport.
Sure, once all the gods are gone. Considering I think half this party has a bounty for their arrest at this point.
Alright, so when last we left off, you guys had narrowly survived an assassination attempt. Some more
And one
narrowly than
member,
others.
one
Eh,
walked their way right into almost dying.
wasn't my choice.
No, I'm talking about another person.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that one.
I'm
That
gonna
was
try
my
to
choice.
consume this thing. Oh no, it's consuming me now.
Oh no, it's immune to my consumption ability. Help!
Yep.
It's a hard lesson learned, but a lesson learned nonetheless.
Was it learned? We don't know if it was yet.
Mhm.
Alright, so you
Yeah, it's a
guys
lot easier to eat now.
you guys had a good night's sleep and you traveled to a nearby caravanserai. For those who don't know what a caravanserai is, it's basically a rest stop for the travelers on the road. Essentially, between big cities, these, these kind of places will pop up every now and again. This one is a quite sizable one since it's the staging ground for a lot of activity around Nehustan. Um, this restaurant goes by. No, okay. This is the where I wrote well, Scarif, but I don't. I think that's supposed to be Scoff of Caravanserai, since I you put a temple to Scoff in here. So give me a quick second while I go take these buns out the oven, and then I'll be right back.
Maybe I should put my research notes away.
Put my
Uh,
research, put my blasphemy against scoff away. And you can't get.
Better sign of your supremacy over them than to do it in their own place of worship.
Because that's how you get a mob against one person.
A mob is emotionally available to suggestion.
True, but swarm mechanics are rather painful.
You don't have to deal with swarm mechanics when you're convincing them.
You really want to flip that coin? Far easier to flip that coin after they already know who you are for doing some crazy stuff.
Besides, do you think we're really at the point where we can be overtaken by a mob? Maybe two mobs, but one mob I think we can handle.
I'm pretty sure we got pretty well smacked around by 3 elementals and a harpy.
And not to mention you almost got 8. BRB.
I think I'm still gonna try and get a shield. It's good to have. It's just I have to remember to put it away when it's time to cast.
And back.
Okay.
Come on.
All right, I'm back. So, as you make it to the bridge that crosses into the caravanserai, and you will see eh, two scorpion statues flanking either side of the bridge, as well as a large statue of a large copper serpent statue, which those of you that are from this region would know represents the city of Nehustan, and it's wrapped around the feet of a large large figure. Half of the body is male, like to the left side is male, with like not wearing being a robe over his left side, a strong masculine and musculature on the left side, while the other half that is clearly feminine, and it has the robe that crosses over their like sizable full features, like thick thighs and all those things. And the head is that of a strange um, creature that you guys would recognize as the same type of creature that Mana's armor depicts.
Still in my flow.
The line is fairly short going in, but the line leaving is quite extensive. You see, there's a large shipment, like a large caravan of goods that is being loaded up currently. There's an extensive amount of guards around it.
So there's a okay. There's a bunch of guards around a singular caravan.
Whoa.
You're dying there, Chiante. Fix
Sorry.
your microphone.
I stepped away. Um, so, yeah. You also see a actually quite familiar looking figure in that tiefling woman that you've seen being nearby Zoran and on occasion. Um, she's wearing her like hijab and everything, but it's clearly her by her the red fur, her on her paws, her lion-like tail, oh, and her very distinctive Noxian long coat that she wears. There's um, and she sort of just is leaned up against like the very first cart, looking quite angry, and beside her is the white-robed lizard folk that you guys had also seen part of Zoran's group. Yes,
Looks like we've caught up to them.
Oh, or part of the crew. They could have been here for. They could have been elsewhere. Wonder why this line is so long to leave.
For now, we'll avoid them. Though, if someone could check on Zorn's position, that would probably be a safe action.
I can sense
He's
the
right
person, right?
yeah, you can sense.
I'll try to sense anyone outside of the cart, outside of our crew.
That will help as well.
You currently do not sense anyone nearby.
Okay.
So you can probably tell that Zoran is not in the city, in this caravanserai.
Gotcha. So the mark will glow up his arm momentarily before retracting back to beneath the bandages. Zoran's not here. So it looks like his party was split for a while. I cannot tell exactly where he is, but I can tell he is not here.
That's good to hear. He'd be quite troublesome to deal with right now.
And they aren't?
I'd rather deal with a few heads than the main one.
Fair enough.
Are they going in or going out?
They seem to be hanging around the caravan that's currently being loaded up.
Eh. And this is like this is a rest stop, but you can restock on supplies and stuff here, right?
Yes.
So Dobat, looking at the ration supply, shall we take some time to stop and perhaps reload on provisions?
Probably for the best.
Even should they notice us here, I doubt they want to cause anything. They'll probably just harass us at the most. So I guess we head in and stop.
Right. When you guys get to the gate, they ask if you have anything to declare in your wagon or anything.
Which
Um,
is...
they're specifically looking for certain contraband items.
Do we have any items on their list?
It doesn't seem like it. It's a lot of weird things like war drums, some certain insomnistic big items. You're not sure what the whole deal is with that.
Looking over the list, nothing.
Right. Um, One of their guys goes in with a device and just holds it up to the wagon, and and he nods at they go. And they allow you to um, pass through.
That will thank them.
When you enter to the caravanserai itself, it's a bustle with people buying and selling things right at the entrance, and um, it seems kind of touristy in this area. But a lot of the stuff they're selling seem to be like military supplies, weapons, and stuff that come from all over the continent that are being bought and sold here. Like Belbat, you would recognize a lot of the pole arms and stuff that they have are from the Northlands, where you're from. And Adarpi would recognize that there's a lot of the obsidian infused weapons that she would see from the region that she's from.
A little bit of a hodgepodge of everything. Even from up north in the steppe region.
But why would they have all of this stuff here?
Vendors. People will come through here, see, ooh, a neat little thing, and probably buy it if they don't know what it is.
Is it like an over excess of items, or is it
It seems
just
that the weapons and stuff that are on display here are the more unconventional things, like weapons and stuff that would take a lot of time and effort to learn how to use.
I want to say that basically we walked into an oversized Dollar General.
No, we walked into more of a trying to think of what their military surplus.
Oh,
Yeah.
shoot.
Yeah, I can't
I know.
think of what they're actually called.
Oh no. Yeah, whatever. I know what you're talking about, but yeah, just kind of the, hey, here's some random hodgepodge we're selling. So we're kind of at a flea market.
Yep.
is that what it's like, Kante?
Yeah, essentially, you, you a lot of what you're seeing is like that flea market esque stuff. As you guys are walking through a strange individual steps up towards you. Um, their gender is a mystery, but they seem to um, be coming towards you guys in particular.
Why is this person coming towards us?
Do any of us recognize this person?
Mm, no, none of you would recognize them. Um, you can tell by their clothes that they travel a lot. Their outfit is quite dirty and desert worn. Um, they're wearing quite muted colors, but they're they're wearing like a crop top, uh, a long sleeve deal, well, that has like this strange zigzagging pattern on it. Um, from their appearance, they seem to be mean, um, they seem to be of the gnome variety, but they could also be a halfling with slightly pointed ears.
Hmm.
They're a little tall for your average gnome, but they have pointed ears like one. And their eyes are this strange, like, empty darkness. It's that you can, like, it reflects the light, but it's like this. They have dark sclera, dark colored irises, and their hair is like this shock of yellow dreads that are all pulled over to one side.
And none of us have seen a person or heard of a person like this?
No.
Oh, okay. Just be on our guard.
Yeah.
Hello, strangers. I am, how do you say, lost. I was looking for a certain location, and I found myself in need of assistance. And
We wouldn't
judging
be.
judging by your appearance, you seem to be quite well traveled. So you may be able to help me find what I'm looking for.
Let's see
Here
here.
somewhere else.
There's not oh, yeah. Insight,
Yeah.
because I think
You,
I know what's happening here. Pardon?
uh, yes, you can do an insight.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Also, are we, um, is Junior back at the cart?
Is he
Um,
looking for somewhere here or somewhere else?
you don't know. They
That's
haven't.
what I'm asking.
Oh, you're asking. Oh, I am looking for. Uh, how do you say a ruin? They pull this very large, dusty old book from that's strapped to their back like a backpack. They pull it out of its cover and show you a image.
He's asked for a ruin, so what does Dobat know?
Give me a history check.
21.
You look at the runic symbols in the book and the appearance. It seems to be some kind of um, post abandonment and, like ruin, some place that started up and fell into ruin very early in the first era.
So just kind of
Why are you
barely on the
looking for it?
knowledge. What do you
Why
need
are
to
you
know about
looking
that
for
place
it?
for?
Why am I looking? For a sense of adventure.
Anyone gonna insight that?
I can.
I have no reason to doubt it.
Well, I have every reason to doubt it, but I already messed up my insight.
Mine's 13.
Yeah.
And my previous insight was a 9.
They seem to be genuine.
Man, all you guys with low insight over here.
I mean, I don't know anything about this place, do I?
Um, Not really. This is too far north. You haven't really been out this way.
Actually, have
Yeah.
I been to those ruins before?
Um, no. This wouldn't have been a this wouldn't have been a thing that you would have
Okay.
if had expertise would have expertise on.
Okay. Don't know much about it, but that looks like early First Era.
That's just what I had figured out. But there seems to be an unsavory group that's after this same thing.
An unsavory group?
Hmm?
It's not our problem.
What could they want with a post-abandonment?
It's not our problem.
Eh, true.
Do you know anything about this group?
They seem to um they seem to be worshippers of the Earth Titan. They are quite taken with these sorts of objects. I believe that there's a primal source that is located in this tomb, and I would prefer it not to be in the hands of Titan worshippers.
Okay, so here's a question. And it's probably going to be nothing, but what does Dobat know about any primal elemental sources nearing the end of the Age of Gods?
Um, all you know is that the users of the original primals were like all died during the Age of Wars during the Age of Gods, and their primals were broken up and scattered throughout the world. Well, no one knows where all of them reside.
Okay. Hmm.
I mean, who's to say this guy isn't one as well?
Well, I don't know. Like, out of game, yeah, no, this guy is shady. In game, you've
I
kind of
mean,
hit
what
Dobat's
what
curiosity.
what is his goal though? He's gonna stop them?
Well, he wants to get there first, from the
Uh,
sounds of it. He wants
Okay,
to get
I'll
there
ask
first to
him just
secure.
that. I'll
Oh,
I'll ask him what is your goal? Is your plan to stop them or to take it for yourself?
oh, I don't need to take it. My goal is always to make sure that such powerful magic items are placed into secure locations so that their power can't be used for nefarious purposes.
Hmm.
quick check.
Under what
Yeah,
authority?
I'm inciting that.
Hmm.
Under whose authority?
Um, I currently I'm working for um, the for a museum located in Goldport, but, but my funding also comes from um, the court of one of the Butterfly Queen.
So you're saying that you take any object that can be used from ill will and place them all in one central location in Goldport?
Yeah, there's a bank that houses most of the most dangerous places, and then anything that's safe to display, they are there's a replica to display. They they provide that replica um, um to that museum so that it can be displayed, or we display the object itself. My name is
Hmm.
Well, I mean, what?
Laqueus. Is at
Um, it's a quick question. Is nobody reading like the party's thoughts at all or anything?
I mean,
I don't know what you have up generally.
technically, telepathic speech is only with one person, and I have to set that up.
Okay, figured I'd check. Cause he said this was a ruin or a tomb and out of game. This could be right where we're headed.
True.
Hmm. I do have a
I mean,
question
it
about
might
this
be, but
museum.
I don't think I'll still agree with who gets to choose what is deemed useful for a person or not useful for a person. I mean, if
I
I'm
have a
gonna take
question.
something, I'll take it.
Would it be possible to requisition an object from this museum?
um the lady who runs the bank has loaned out certain objects to um, governments and into people, but I don't. Such a powerful thing like a primal source, there's it would be very difficult for it to be loaned out to just anyone. They are very
And does the museum
precious
deal
and
in
rare.
trading?
Not to my knowledge, but, but I'm sure that if you were to speak to the benefactor or who's sponsoring this, they can you can maybe work something out. That is not something that's under my purview.
I
Well,
understand.
give us the information.
Unfortunately, all I know of the ruin you speak of is stuff you already know, which is it seems to be a ruin very early in the first era.
Well, well, the thing is, there is a map, but that I currently do not have possession of the map. This book allows one to interpret the um, symbology and codes that are hidden within the map, but it, without the map itself, well, it's useless.
And
How do you find out the map?
where's the map?
Um, the map is currently in their possession.
Lovely.
Oh,
Would you happen to know where they're located?
They are within this caravanserai, and they're going they're going to be under the guise as of some mercenaries going towards the battlefield, which I believe the map may point to.
Yeah,
but
Dovat just
they
kind of
can't
gives
interpret
Mana
the
a
map
look.
without the book. They can't interpret the map without the book. So,
They can. It's just more tedious.
They wouldn't happen to wear Oni masks, would they?
Oh no. Only and only are notoriously be against the Titans. They more serve as foils towards the Great Spirits.
Why can't we just send him to like old dude back at Goldport and let him figure this out?
We could, but out of game, I would love to have someone steal that book off him.
I would be willing to offer
Just
my assistance if
punch
you
him
can
dead in the
get me in
face
contact with your
and take the
benefactors.
book.
Um. Oh yes, one of them is in the city. We can go and meet with her.
Hmm,
Might as well hear them out.
If you wish to do that,
This
I will
feels
take
like
some
the
time to
sidetrack.
procure supplies.
Okay.
This feels like a sidetrack, I promise you.
Understood.
Um, and I think I'll take Bakari with me, if that's okay.
Yes, that's probably safe.
Okay.
Um, Out of game, generally how much are rations per?
Uh, for 1 day's worth of rations, it's 5 silver, I believe, per person.
Um, I'll just assume that I take a bit of some enough gold with me from the caravan and I'll from the Noxian wagon toward,
All right.
and I'll
How many days worth of rations are you got wanting to buy?
well, let's see here.
What won't spoil?
Well, no, we're getting like dry rations and stuff.
Well, well, that is a valid question. You can get uh, perishable rations and non-perishable rations. Non-perishable rations can't be made into a warm meal. Oh, a warm so a warm meal can would be things that Pakari makes. Things that can like Pakari can't use just regular rations as materials for making her meals.
Uh,
She has to use
What
like
is the price, please?
actual ingredients.
well then, as the voice of Picari for now, Kiari, how much perishable stuff should I get?
Um, I actually think you should primarily get perishable things with rations for emergency, with dry rations for emergencies.
And well, how long do perishable rations last? That's probably going to be a question
Um,
because
Perishable rations is last for 2 weeks per 2 weeks for per yeah. So you would
and
That
how
have
sounds fine.
2 weeks worth of perishable rations before you would
um
have to either turn them into non-perishable rations, which converts as um every 5 non-perishable rations that you convert to perishable rations is one makes one not sorry every 5 perishable rations converted to a non-perishable ration. So I'm just gonna say wet and dry. They, for every 5 wet, you get one dry.
okay. And how far away, like how far is this rest stop from the city we're headed to?
You guys are probably about a 2 or 3 day a trip out with your wagon. If you didn't have the wagon,
So
it
that
probably could take upwards of a week.
how
So how
much of the
about a
ration
um
is the rations covering the entire party or just one person?
it's rations per person. So I was gonna say, so it's 5 silver per person per meal,
Yes,
correct? Or is it per day?
per day's worth of rations.
Okay. I'm gonna do some calculating, do the other party for now.
All right.
But I will deafen because I'm not part of this conversation, so I can do the math.
Alright, so you guys go. Oh, um, Laqueus takes you guys to a hotel. It's actually a very nice hotel. It's in the back part of the caravanserai, and the building itself is like a good 4 stories tall. And he says that the benefactor has rented out the entire top floor.
Hmm.
Well then, I think we should go see him.
Guess so.
If
Have
this
a look
works
at
out,
her.
we may be able to get what's yours.
I guess we shall see. Whatever happens, we'll let chaos.
Alright. You guys are led upstairs. As you come upstairs, you hear a very peculiar sound. It's like someone's listening to a music box.
Huh.
The melody is like strange and haunting, almost a little bit sad.
I'm getting concerned.
Uh-huh.
And you see there's a single guard outside the main room of the floor. It's this woman wearing traditional like mage wear. Or she's wearing a lot of reds. She has a bright red wide brim hat. Her legs are covered in like bandages as well as her arms. And she's wearing a mask on her face, and you can see that her hair is like this bright, like mint green color. Um, so yeah, she's also wearing like her boots are also high heels, so she can't be she herself can't be taller than like 4'8", but the heels make her about 5'4". They're like very, very pointy high heels. Jocasta, um, can you let them know that we are here? Alright, she turns and knocks on the door silently. And when she turns around, you can see that she has a decent size, like she has a wand on her hip, but she also has these bladed gauntlets that are hung from her belt that you can tell she could probably slip on pretty quickly. You have no idea what kind of mage she could be, just from appearance alone. When she opens the door, that music box sound gets much louder, and inside the room are here, two individuals. You see this strange things looking elf lady. Um, you have no idea how old she can be, but she has these strange red head lines on her face, and she seems to be missing an eye that's been replaced with this strange mechanical eye of some kind. She's wearing clearly not. Well, it's not a Noxian style suit, but it's similar. You can probably assume that she's from the Cthulhu continent, and she's wearing this strange jacket that's unlike anything you've seen before. It seems out of place almost. It's like this bright teal color with these gold markings and patches on it that um Mana and Nobody you would recognize as that same lab coat that who've seen several times in the Blood Jungle. Her hair has been braided into this very long blue ooh, French braid, and she's wearing these gauntlets that have like this sideways eight symbol on them, and she's carrying two sabers, just are currently on her hip. Ah, um, it's good to see you. Oh, I've been expecting you to show up sooner or later. Call it a premonition. Uh, Draconis, can you please get our guests some tea? The other person is this it's like dark skinned human fellow. He's probably a good like 5'6". His he similarly has bandages on him, but not as many. The striking thing about him is his hair is like silver, like it's made from spun silver, and he carries around this large, this broad spear with like a crescent moon side shaped blade on it. A lot of tans and desert colors, so he's most likely from around here. Like he quietly gets up and goes and prepares you guys some tea. Did I not tell you, Laqueus? It's, it's destiny. Just the right people for just the right job.
Nobody. Well, it showed on his face, but there's a little tiny, almost inaudible growl as at the word destiny.
What makes us just the right people?
Your souls, obviously. I see great power inside of you, and I feel like, hey, you make the perfect piece to a grander puzzle. I have a feeling that things in this on this continent it might just move around you people. Where are my manners? There's you can call me Azar.
Well, lovely to meet you.
I am known as a keeper of time. I record a lot of things that have gone on. On you can think of me almost like a bard.
Mhm.
Hey, Mana, we followed you here.
Uh, I was thinking of something. So, well, you're the patron of this researcher. I think you were.
Yes, my pockets are quite extensive. If it's payment that you need,
Clearly not the point.
Hold on. No, 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 no. There's actually something I'd like to check out in your collection if we're successful with this.
no. What are you looking for?
Hey, um, Nick, what would be the right way to describe it?
What are you trying to look for?
What are
Uh,
you looking for?
Are
there
we
was
talking
an
about?
object,
Are you talking about the sword?
I think that was it. The one the lady had that she was supposed to give you, but then and was like, actually, I can't
Oh
give you this
no,
because it's.
that was totally different. The sword from the tomb is the one I want, but that sword I definitely wanted, but he wouldn't give me. I don't remember the um full name of it though. It's the one that what's her name? The adult dragon, the elder dragon
Lady
had.
Redscale.
Yeah, Lady Redscale had this sword in the deposit box. What was its name? I feel like I should have written this down because it was something that nobody very peaked. Our interest very peaked.
Dreamer's Edge is the bite you're thinking of.
Dreamer's Edge.
Hmm. Are you perhaps interested in the things beyond the stars?
Hello, hello,
Nobody literally snickers at that because he is. You
hello,
can say
hello.
that.
Hello.
Yes, we
Sorry,
can hear you.
not so much that they disconnected. I was downstairs as
What do
keeping
you
an
mean?
eye on Zyla and Dijin, which I have to stop Zyla from eating Dijin's toys. But sorry about that. Where were we?
Um, and Azar was asking if you guys were interested in the things from beyond the stars.
And then nobody snickered and
Mm-mm.
because and saying that you can say that. You could say that.
No,
Tell me, have you ever heard of
no.
the substance known as ink?
Uh, do I?
No.
What you
Lily
said,
turns
Lex?
Um,
and looks at.
hmm. Do you have a sample you can show us?
But
Um, they stand up, open in their bag, and pull out a large decanter.
I have a feeling we have seen this before.
You can see suspended inside the decanter, like not touching any of the walls, is this wiggling black substance.
Yep, definitely seen that before.
Uh,
I'm not gonna say it out loud.
Why?
I am going to go ahead and cast detect thoughts. If I can find it.
Why?
This substance is quite fascinating. I found it in my travels and thought it might be useful in my research, but without a method of replicating more of it, I can't seem to. mm, It's hard to study the sample that I have.
Well, I may be able to be of some assistance. I'm a biologist by trade.
Definitely staring right at Mana.
I'd love to see eh, what the potential of this material is.
Sadly, the I can't. And this batch of the substance is virulent, so to speak. It infects things and changes them on a fundamental level. I came across such a creature on my way into this region, but a few days ago, honestly. And I've decided it. I decided to drain these fluids, but sadly, yeah, I lost one of my assistants to the substance.
That's sad to hear.
Hmm.
I hope in the future, if you come across samples, you'll have a lower mortality rate.
Quite. He was a fine archer too. My a group of bodyguards is loath to. Uh, Everything froze up. Hello, hello.
Hello?
Is the stream
We can
outputting?
still hear you.
Okay, okay. I was just double checking the stream, make sure it was still outputting.
Out of the fridge. Cats do not go in refrigerators.
All right. So
Yes, they do.
what I was saying, um, he was a fine archer too. I haven't seen the like of him since I made it to this continent. At this point, the young man's going to bring you guys his um, some tea over. Um, as he's placing it in front of you guys, he's going to um, he's going to he's going to put like an extra scoop of sugar in a Darby's and give her a wink.
Wait, what?
Oh my.
And then he's going to go back and take his seat next to um Azar.
Wait, what did he pour in my drink? I got a
He
drink.
yeah, he gave you guys they poured you guys tea and he gave you extra sugar.
I'm good.
I don't like sweet stuff.
Um, Azar's going to drink his tea. It's been a long time since I've been to this continent. things certainly have changed. Though I suspect I suspect you more short-lived races wouldn't fully understand that.
Looks at nobody and
Mayhap.
Vada again.
I did
But
like thoughts. I'm just saying, but
yeah, have you picked up on anything?
but yeah, it's
Um,
the middle.
you so you can like you hear the thoughts of the Jocasta lady, the outside the room. She's just like singing a song in her head.
That's it.
Um, you pick up the thoughts of your friends and allies, and then you pick up the thoughts of this Draconis kid. What's a fine minotaur? I haven't seen one like her in quite some time. Maybe if I do, maybe if I word things just right, it, uh, hmm, ooh, is that? Oh, this tea is different than I thought. I thought it was the good stuff. I'm sure nobody notices. So I put on enough cologne today.
Bro,
Prestidigitation.
I'm good. Next.
um, Azar is just static.
Of course, because they're super suspicious.
You get another set of thoughts from the room.
From someone who's not there, or we
Um,
can see.
you like you're not sure. It's like this is taking too long. Um, I don't want to be in this dumb cage. I'm hungry. So he just needs to go ahead and finish this talking to these people so I can stretch my wings.
Um,
I smell something familiar.
they have someone locked up. He will telepathically tell Mana.
Mhm. Are you gonna tell them the whole thing?
Oh yeah.
I think we need to finish up here.
Hmm.
Well, ah, dang. I'm trying to remember. Did I already ask about the? No, I don't think I asked about that.
He seems to finish as having saying like doing something magic wise. He's alright. I've conferred with Lady Redscale. It seems like uh, you are well known to her. It seems like you're performing a job for her.
A job that's finished.
Hmm. She would be like, she would love to hear that. So you'd be amenable to potentially eh, granting you the ability to watch after the Dreamer's Edge for, or like study it to find out what you want to from it.
I'll take it.
But it's predicated on you getting that primal source for us.
We shall see. Mostly because no one can really be founded on guarantees.
It sounds like we can then work towards making a deal.
Indeed. Um, I guess is there anything left to discuss?
The map.
As a,
I'm sure Luqueus has told you that the map is in the hands of an unsavory group.
indeed,
It's currently
but
in the
not anything.
it's currently in the possession of two necromancers who are followers of the Earth Titan, though they disguise themselves as followers of the Raven Queen. Which you would, if those of you who know who the way the Ravens work, is a bad deal. If you incur the wrath of the Ravens, then you'll find yourselves in an early grave faster than you can imagine.
So is this work for the museum or work for the Ravens?
This is work for us. We need that map, and you need to get it from them before the Ravens catch up to them.
Hmm. Do you have any leads on where these necromancers are?
Yes, they're planning on heading out of the city with the caravan heading towards Nehustan.
Hmm. I guess you're in luck. We're heading the same way.
Yes.
Yes, and do you have and we haven't been provided with any other identifying markers. Just, just about the caravan they're with. Are
You're
the is the
you're
are the
looking
mercenaries that
you're looking
are the
for
mercenaries?
an individual named Xavier, and he's a brownie.
I'm unfamiliar.
Um,
Hey,
they're a race of goblinoids who stayed in the Feywilds.
hmm. Something for the Feywild that shouldn't be too hard to point out.
Any other important information about them? Are they accomplices or unwitting transportation?
They are going as the guy in the guise of mm, mercenaries. You're looking for uh, hmm, what's his name? Sorry, trying to find this person amongst all the others that I've made.
Well, they didn't really answer my question. I was asking, do they know if the caravan is aware of them, or Are
They
they?
they are currently being hired by the caravan to be mercenaries on the battlefield.
So out of game, so they don't know. They just hired them as mercenaries.
Yes.
Gotcha. All right. As long as they don't get too aggressive. Well, that's if they even find out, to be honest.
Okay. I don't seem to have their name written, the other person's name written down. I have their class information, but not their name. Alright.
Fantasy name generator. Woohoo!
Hmm. Yeah. It's Xavier here, the brownie.
Yeah, then.
Um, a and his accomplice, who's a centaur.
A centaur.
Hmm. This you guys actually haven't seen that many centaurs around. They typically
Don't
live
usually
in
find them in the desert.
they typically live in the what on this continent they live in the southern riverlands for the most part. Um, name generator. Let's go. We'll go with Abdul. They're currently in, hiding out in the temple of Scoff. They have they haven't left the temple in a couple of days, so they most likely will leave the temple when it gets close to time for them to actually leave. The caravan is heading out in 2 days, so that's essentially how long you have.
Mm. Understood. There should be no issue. I have nothing else for now.
Right. Here you guys go. Oh, it doesn't show the information. I guess. That's an image of Aquarius. But you know, you got Azar will say that you guys can use the in rooms that one of the in rooms that he has rented out if you would like, so you won't have to pay for board while you're here. Now, it's up to you guys if you want to use his hospitality.
Mhm. I prefer to stay somewhere else if I'm being honest.
Well, we have the wagon.
It's not even that. I just don't want to stay any place where someone can get a sample of me.
They just want a sample of you.
Um, like as you guys are finishing up and leaving, and Azar is going to um point you out, Mana. Excuse me. Sorry, wrong voice. Excuse me.
How may I help you?
I had a question about your soul.
I don't know if I can answer it fully.
Your soul fire is quite tainted. It's
Oh, that's
almost a rainbow of colors. This usually denotes someone whose soul is in a broken state and is on the verge of outright collapse, but your soul is stable. That's fascinating.
well, hmm, maybe through some means I'm able to hold it together.
Like they lean in closer, and as they get closer to you, you see the lines on their face. These light up a little, and you get like this real uneasy feeling from how close they're looking at you, but their eyes don't seem to be seeing you. Like you get a better look at their one actual eye, and it's like this strange. It's strange. It doesn't look like a the eye of a person. It looks like the almost like the eye of a bird. It's very big, thick, bright, and pink.
While I appreciate your curiosity, I would like for you to respect my space.
Have you had any difficulties keeping the others under control?
Mm. I don't know what you mean.
Your friends, they seem to be a rowdy bunch.
Mm. They can be troublesome, but manageable. We're learning to get along.
I saw a creature in the desert whose soul was similar to yours. hopefully, mm, your relationship is only that deep.
Well, if you if you are seeing creatures out in the desert, it it's like that. Hmm, do let me know. Oh, well, if my soul is so weird, I'd like to understand more.
I can help you.
Maybe if I get to know you better.
Hmm. We can make it a date.
I don't know if we could stand each other right now.
It's possible. It's happened before. People that have met me tend to get put off at first, but they eventually you realize that my eccentricities are just skin deep.
I'm sure. Well, I have, I have someone. Well, I have a task to complete. Wouldn't want to give the ravens enough time to mm, interrupt your work.
Quite. I'll see you soon.
Hmm. Have a lovely evening. He'll quietly leave.
Mhm. As you're leaving, and um, he he's going to turn and oh, Moran, are you ready for food? And she's gonna go over to what appears to be like a large bird cage as Draconis is closing the door behind you.
All right. Since no one else seems to be having an opinion, I've decided on what I'm going to buy. I'm going to do 2 weeks perishable, 2 weeks non perishable, which should come out to 84 gold if I've done my math right.
Right, that's a Darpy, Dobat, Nissa, Junior, and Bakari, and Dea. Those are the people that need to eat. That's seven. That's six
Uh,
people for
oh,
seven
wait.
days.
Oh no, then my math is off because I also accounted for nobody and mana.
Yeah, nobody doesn't need to eat.
And mana?
Eats people.
Okay. So then I need to redo my math. But I'm gonna do 2 and 2.
Right.
I'll if you want to throw those into the cart while I redo my math. So party size. That's 8,
Yeah, what's
6. So party. So
42
that would be
times?
30 silver. So 3 gold. Oh no, the rest of my calculations are correct because I miscalculated earlier. Because what? So it's 3 gold for a day of rations, 21 gold for a week of rations. So it's still 84 gold. Yeah. So, and I will take that out of the funds in the wagon in a moment. And while we're shopping around, is it possible for me to purchase a shield?
Yeah, there would be it'd be slim pickings, but there would be shields around.
I mean, I just need a basic shield. What is that going to run me?
I'd have to look. Give me a second.
Because the normal cost is 10. 10 gold.
All right, you're buying 84 rations of each.
No. Hang on.
6 people for 7 days is 42 boom rations. So for 14 days, that's 84 rations.
Okay. Well, because I said 84 gold earlier, that's why I was like, wait. How's that adding up?
So 5 silver for each. That be 10 silver, which will be 1 gold. Oh, so 84 gold.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so. And then how much is the shield going to run me? What?
You're buying a shield?
Might as well. Unless we have a spare sitting around.
I have the shield that I stole from the Cardinal.
Oh, does Dobat know?
You should. I was wearing it for a little bit before I got my waffle shield.
Oh, well then never mind about that. I'll take a look at that shield, and if I decide to buy one, I'll buy it on another day that we're in town. So minus 84. So the cart now has 2, 4, 6, 6.
I would give you the Shield of Divine Spell Warding, but you need to be a paladin.
No. I'm... Even though I am technically a pseudo-paladin at this point. Any...
I love in nobody's inventory. If he's just sold one of his artifacts, he'd be set for life.
My inventory is a lot of stuff that I don't think I'm ever going to use, which is why I
Oh, well.
threw some of it in the wagon.
For life for him is different. Never mind.
Alright, so yeah. We've got 2 weeks of wet, 2 weeks of dry. Ow. I should probably store away this candy short sword. Drop it out of my inventory for now. Yeah, whatever. This will do for now. I love how a lot of the stuff in the cart is stuff that was in my inventory at one point. All right. So now we should have. So now the wet rations will the perishables will go the full length of their duration. The last perishable ration will basically be used on the last day that it's good, and then we've got 2 weeks of non-perishables if we need it. So that should
Now,
take care of us for a while.
now the thing with wet rations, that's something that has to be um, it takes time to cook that, so that's a short rest thing. Like with regular rations, it takes an action to use them, to eat them. Well, not I guess not an action, but it's a quick thing to do. You can sit there and wolf
Yeah,
down a granola bar, but if it come when it comes to
yeah, but unless I'm mistaken, there is like a portable space in this wagon, so we could technically have Bakari cooking while
uh,
we're traveling.
yeah,
If not, we have the house bag. And even so, we will probably be stopped in the morning and in the evening anyway. At that point, Bakari could probably go ahead and make the lunch ration so it's ready to go. But yeah, Dovat knows next to nothing about what the party just got signed up for.
I love that I learned how to use the resource consumption in Formless. Now, all I have to do is click the ration button, and it'll consume 6 of your rations.
Six.
I can do the same thing with the wet ration, 6. You guys at 84.
Yeah, okay.
All right. And you guys just tell me which set of rations that you will use in a day.
Probably just gonna keep using the wets.
All right. Man, I'll say you guys meet up that afternoon with the and fill the wagon up with food items. Let's see, a shield.
Um, well, while we're meeting up, hey, Mana,
Yes?
you still have that old shield?
Oh, this one? You may want to cover up the emblems on it, but
That can be fixed. It's just a regular shield.
mm, well, it's magical, but uh, I don't have I don't have access to a divine source to activate its enchantments.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, I gave that. That's right.
So
gave
out
it.
of game, what is it?
It's this. It's the same that I was talking about.
What?
The shield of divine spell warding.
Eh.
You would still be able to use it. You just can't use the actual full effects of it.
Well, Shield of Divine Spell Warding, is that in any of our inventory?
It's in mine.
Oh, okay. I was gonna look it over, but yeah, if it's especially because I was just like, it's a basic shield, and I just need to rip off some iconography. Um,
Hypothetically, it should be. It should be in Mana's inventory, not mine.
well, okay, what? While I was out in town, what would it have cost for a basic shield?
Oh, that's the sealed spell. You would find a decent leather and wood frame shield for probably about 10 gold.
Okay. So no better look at that. Tempting, but with it being magical, that would make it harder to remove the iconography. Probably better to keep that in case for someone who could use it later or sell it off, but after loading this up, I'm gonna go get myself a basic shield.
Now we have a shield.
We do?
Yeah, we have just a basic shield. It's under the dark summoning stuff.
Do I?
There is
It's
What are
under
a
you?
stuff. Hmm? It's one of the items that we got from one of the quests we did a while back
Oh, that's right.
oh yeah,
Oh,
the
well then,
guard shield.
with Kevin and all.
yeah. I'm just gonna take that shield then. I'll be honest, I hadn't looked back at that in a while.
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure we had got a shield in one of those. So that's why I was going back through it just to make sure. I was like, yeah, we did.
You did someone take that cloak of the Arcadia? Or that
Mm-hmm.
cloak of Arachnedia?
I
What does it do?
thought.
Oh
Huh?
no, wait, I don't need it. Never mind.
No, but
Wait, the arachnid cloak?
Huh?
The arachnid cloak?
Yeah.
Corey has it.
It's still in the list. That's surprising.
She probably just hadn't gotten a chance to move it to her inventory.
Well, it's in a different thing. So did I take it and get it? I did not.
because I have to prove
Oh,
it's
move. Yeah, because I can't do take it.
there.
Okay, there we go. There we go. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So I will now have a shield.
Yep.
Okay.
Here, I'll move the rest of the stuff to the cart.
Wagon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We got 3 guard leather armors, 3 goblin leather armors. um, you have Kevin's nice black leather boots,
Yep.
a shield.
Which I just took, so I'm gonna get rid of that.
You have 7 scimitars
Mhm. We
and
do have a bunch
3
of scimitars.
sword bows.
Do we want to try selling off some of these weapons while we're here?
They probably fetch a decent price.
Probably.
We'll deal with that in next session, probably. Because y'all have to fill Dobat in now.
Mhm.
So,
So the question is, are we doing this the quiet way or the loud and proud way?
Um, I mean, I'll be real with you. I have no problem just kind of attacking.
okay, so because I was deafened for a bit of that, what is actually going on?
Did Mana grab the longbow?
I don't think so.
From the Harpy?
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
I don't see it in your inventory.
Oh, you just mentioned it, but you didn't actually make a magic item for it, so I didn't
Oh,
grab it.
Yeah. +3 longbow.
And 14 arrows.
Make
Yeah, I
sure
typed it in the chat, but I didn't.
Yeah. You got a +3 longbow. That is one of the more powerful magic items we have. Or weapons wise.
Hmm.
I even bow use it most of the time. So I guess I should probably check my proficiency. Does it happen to be a simple weapon?
It's martial, I believe. Martial range.
Ah, silly. Not proficient in that.
I am.
Would you actually use a bow though?
I could. It wouldn't be the best because I couldn't hex it. I can't hex warrior with it.
Yet, anyway.
Period. I think I don't think I have the option to do range with hexblade.
I'll give Mana all the gold and stuff from the harpy. You can do whatever you want with that.
Okay.
And you did roll a small spirit stone. What was that? A small water.
From the elemental.
Yep.
If I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, did someone grab that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've already put it in. I've already put it in.
Okay. And you guys have an additional 12 wet rations from yesterday.
From cooking him alive.
Well, we probably ended up eating that.
Well, oh yeah, you would have eaten 6 of it, so that leaves you with 90 in the wagon. So you guys have a good amount of food now. You went from having only the food that a couple of people had on hand to having a fully stocked wagon of food.
Oh, wait a minute. I can hex warrior a longbow.
Yeah.
Oh boy. No, I can't. It's two-handed.
You can do a
hex
crossbow.
Yeah.
I think you have to take a
You
upgrade
have to
to...
take the Eldritch Invocation to use a longbow or a heavy crossbow. Or a
Which I've already
two-handed
chosen
weapon.
what my invocations are gonna be. So.
Nothing saying that you can't do that. You can't, switch it up.
Yeah, but I'm going thematic.
Well, with that, is there anything anyone else wanted to do before we close out for this week?
Well, yeah. Again, I was gonna have them inform Dobat of what's going on.
Okay.
So, what did y'all end up discussing?
Well, you see, cut to black.
Well, because out of game, I don't know.
Yeah. Kiara probably explain it better than I could, though.
Basically, we need to intercept some mercenaries who are members of the Earth Titans faction and disguised as mercenaries. They're protecting a caravan heading to the war zone. And they're currently camped out in the Temple of Scoth.
Fun. So
In a few days, they're going to leave the temple and head out. So, and we have to catch, defeat, and acquire the map that they have before they get caught for impersonating ravens and therefore hunted down by the ravens.
Fun.
You have a couple things out there. Like how
Oh.
our new benefactor also has a jar with some of the same stuff that we saw at the harpoon when we came out.
And they seem particularly interested in mana.
Mhm.
Okay. So we sit around for a couple of days, wait for these guys to come out and remove them.
Or we can just attack them at the temple or lure them out of the temple.
Well, we'll see what happens in the next episode. Everyone say bye to the viewers.
Or to the
Bye.
viewers.
Hello.
Hmm.
I think I might actually go in and go to level 7.
Yeah, that's tempting.
Boy, you do such a thing.
I'm gonna wait.
The ability one, I get an additional spell slot, which one issue with my second level spells is usually they are gone like that.
I see. Mhm.
It also gives me a defensive ability that I can use to protect myself and the party by, as a reaction, giving you a bonus to your saving throws equal to my intelligence, which is a +4.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. And for me, I would get the invocations plus. Yeah, I would get the invocations, an extra spell, an extra warlock spell slot, and an extra warlock spell.